Why do you like to be alone? I can be myself. I never know which version of myself I am when I have to socialize. I always feel terrible afterwards and scrutinize what I said or did. I feel mentally discombobulated. When I am alone, there's no stress. I like myself more. In my opinion, it is nice to be alone every now and then, as it is allowing you to self-reflect and enjoy some quality time with yourself. However, in a more permanent level, I have seen it wrecking my mood and leading me to a state close to depression. Balance does the trick for me. I'm not annoying anyone. This hits home. Shout out to the crippling fear of and constant feeling that you're bothering other people just by existing, so you have to bottle up 90% of your personality, which then feels incredibly exhausting. So despite sometimes enjoying people, you spend way more time alone than you should. Gang. Solitude is comforting. When I'm alone, I don't have to be scared to be myself, and I don't have to pretend I'm feeling fine all the time. This is such a good explanation. People who don't get it always wonder what introverted people do that make them enjoy solitude. Nothing. It's not about what you do when you're alone, it's about how being alone makes you feel. For me anyway, like you said, I am in a constant state of calm and peace. I don't have to think about anyone else or think about what I should say. I am just me. In the present moment. Calm and self-aware and happy. I live alone, and in my apartment I can do what I want, when I want, however I want. The complete freedom to have a day with no plans and then to spend that day doing as much or as little as I want. No obligations to anyone that I don't make for myself. Spending a lot of time alone is a really good way to learn a lot about who you are, without influence from other people and their opinions or perception of you. I've been living alone for over 2 years, but for the past 9 months of being single and, mostly, not dating, I've realized how much I am capable of enjoying my own company. Doctor, the freedom and amount of time I can spend focusing on myself is why I like to be alone. One of the best times I've ever had was 5 years ago when I took a solo vacation for 5 days. I didn't care one bit that it was in Chicago in January. Actually, I just considered it part of the adventure. What mattered was that it was all about me and what I felt like doing. Was there anyone to whine about getting cold and tired when I wanted to walk around the city and explore all day? Nope. Was there anyone to disagree about where to eat dinner? Nope. Anyone who didn't feel like getting up at 6 a.m. to walk down the street for breakfast? Nope. Anyone to judge me the day I ordered pizza and stayed in my hotel room watching TV until 3 in the afternoon? Nope. Was there anyone who cared about going there with no agenda and only a list of places I wanted to eat? Nope. There wasn't even one person who thought it was silly or dumb for talking to strangers, such as the homeless lady at Starbucks who introduced herself as Priscilla Presley. Hands down, the best thing about being alone is not having to worry about compromising with anyone else's wants or demands. My friends are annoying sometimes. Because it's nice to be alone with your thoughts and enjoy alone time. Definitely agree. I don't feel as if I truly processed new information or circumstances until I've been alone. I hate the stress of having to constantly be present in mind when I'm with other people. I love being able to space out and sit in silence and just be in my own head. Being around people for extended periods of time drains me, and I need a day to myself to reset. People are exhausting. I tend to believe all people have 2 gas tanks. One that can only be filled up by the company of those you truly connect with, and one that can only be filled up by time alone. It is the least stressful condition to be in. I will never understand codependent people. Being alone is the one time you can literally do what you want and completely be yourself. No one to shoot down your plans and no hearing opinions from people. I don't have to worry about other people. I can do whatever I want whenever I want. Right now I'm planning on getting dressed and taking a leisurely stroll through the park, smoke a joint and get a taco. No time frame, I'll get there when I get there, I'll get back when I get back. Then I'll do whatever I want for the rest of the night. Alternatively, last time I was at my friend's and they had the radio on and it was the worst fucking station around. This is why I hate the perfunctory "got big plans for the weekend?" question. No. I do not have plans for the weekend. I'll sleep until I'm ready to get up. Work out when I feel like it. Maybe have an afternoon cocktail. Nap. Do some cleaning when I feel like it. Work hours are when I stick to a schedule. When I'm not on an employer's time, I'm on my time and I do what I want when I feel like it. Introversion and social anxiety make human contact a terrible experience. The shitty thing is a big part of me loves and craves social interaction, but sometimes that social anxiety hits hard and I'll just feel like I can't be in the same room as other people. It hits hardest at loud parties where people are talking and interacting and there's a lot of conversations going on at once. I want to be a part of it but sometimes I have to duck out for air, and when I'm in there I just have trouble mingling. It feels like you're trying to talk but there's like some weird danger you can't ignore and it keeps interrupting my train of thought. There's that perfect balance for me with a chill party where I'm talking to like 1 or 2 or 3 people and can relax, but I feel like it's not often I get that. I do manage to force myself to go out and hang out with groups but I know I avoid a lot more social interaction than I normally would if I didn't have that anxiety. Sometimes I'll skip out on something and just get kind of depressed that I couldn't push myself through it and just handle it, and it just feels shitty staying at home, and sometimes I'll go to a party and get depressed because I want to have fun and interact but I just can't. It's a catch-22, either stay home and hate myself for it, or go out and hate myself for not enjoying what I want to enjoy. Because I don't know how to interact with people well. Here's mine. I desperately want a community but I've never been able to figure out how to successfully build deep relationships outside of my marriage and immediate family. Yeah, I just prefer to be alone. I can do what I want and don't have to worry about other people being there or wanting to talk to me. After a few years of trying things out, I've come to notice that after about a week of being constantly in presence of other people, like if I'm on vacation with friends or spending time with family for the holidays or whatever, I start to get increasingly annoyed by them and get angry over absolutely ridiculous shit. At that point all I really need is to go home and be by myself for a while. I'm a mix between an introvert and an extrovert. I like spending time and talking to other people, but I can only recharge my energy when I am alone. So if I have to socialize for 2 to 3 days in a row, I would make an effort to spend the next day completely alone to get back into good headspace, because I get tired from socializing. I'm a bit of a weirdo and I like being alone because I don't have to explain why I said something or did something. I feel like when I'm around people that I have to significantly tone down my personality, which can get pretty exhausting. I am my own best friend. I don't have to explain or justify myself to anyone else. I can do what I like, with whom I like. If I want to play on my PS4 for 20 hours there is no one telling me to stop. Having been married and divorced for nearly 40 plus years, being on my own is a blast. I also just love being at home. I don't miss working, as that was very stressful being around people and all that entails. Now I can invite people into my space when I want to. Being retired is the most awesome thing. You speak from my heart, though I am at the beginning of my journey with myself. I've made peace with the fact that I will most likely never find a partner who would satisfy my need for freedom. I don't know how to compromise in my own living space. If you like the content, please consider subscribing, and don't forget to hit the like button.